What up? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and or good night. Whatever time of the day you find yourself hanging out and coming to enjoy this content, I hope I found one that applies to you. So, quick update. We still got the videos releasing, just not on their original schedule. I apologize for anyone who was, may have been looking forward to that first video, but basically, to keep it brief and to the point and kind of take responsibility, I originally was telling one of the people involved in the content that the releases would have been happening earlier. They are now gone, and while they personally did not ask me to delay anything, I took it upon myself to, as an appreciation for the people who spent the time in these kind of solo videos that which you're going to be looking at, to try to have them able to enjoy them when they release, if they choose that they want to enjoy them with friends or whatever. So that's kind of why that's going to be delayed. Originally, I was going to switch them around and just, but I didn't want you to have, I guess, the podcast video be one of the first ones without what is it? Because I think there may be mentions or think times alluded to the podcast in the solo video, so they are scheduled. If you go to the channel page, you can basically find where it'll show you every day that those three videos are coming out. They all release on a Sunday. I think they're all around one, so hopefully have a little bit more patience with me. To be fair, this is the most content you've gotten in like a year, all in the span of a week, but we're not gonna talk about that. Anyway, so that's what's going on. First video should be the 29th, and then every week other that after that. So if anyone else has any more trips after that, I apologize. Can't switch it up anymore, even though that was on me. So let's move on. Got a couple notes here, so excuse me looking down real quick. But we're here to also, what we're going to do is talk about the channel itself and the content coming to you and a bit of the shakeup of what's going to be released. So if you got time for that, I'd love for you to join me for a few more minutes. If not, thanks for checking out the beginning of this, and I'll see you when I see you. Anyway, first off, we got, what are we doing with the channel? In the future, most of the content will not be completely separated, but it will be, some of it will be splitting off. So basically, what I've decided to do is, with content a little bit more focused and content that I kind of have an idea for already, i.e., the podcast, which may or may not continue, they will still be here for a while, but sometime in the future, if we make if the idea of doing more podcasts and more sit downs kind of keeps going, they will be taken off and exclusively be on a different channel that I'm creating for them. So that's, the podcast will be on one channel. I'm probably gonna have stuff like gaming on another channel, but we'll see. I'm trying not to, but that's also to say, do not expect all of these channels to be constantly updated or updated simultaneously. What's basically going on here is I'm going to try to focus on this one, and then all the other ones I feel that are a bit more niche or just kind of deserve something else, they will, yeah, they'll just have their own kind of release times whenever. The gaming one is probably more streams and clips, so just so you know. Um, this particular one, wish I had an cutter, right? This particular one is probably going to be centered around movies, right? So what's going to happen there is I'll go into movies of the past, movies of current, and possibly movies of the future. Lately, I don't do movies as much as I once did, and that's not even related to the pandemic. I just feel it's not that they've become formulaic. They've got to stop tapping because you'll see why in future video. But they don't they they don't catch me as much, and maybe that's because I've seen so many, and I'm not saying I've seen all of them or compared to some people who probably do see every single movie come out, but just for me, when I view a lot of them, it's more so that you know, was this worth my time, and was it was it engaging, I guess. So hopefully with that, I hope to do, a couple movie reviews now and then for things that I am extremely looking forward, although they are few and far between. I hope to do, like I said, some just movie necessary breakdowns of movies like this. No? Well, eventually in the future, I'll learn to do something where a magic window will pop up and it'll have a clip. I'm working on it. All right, leave me alone. But anyway, so that's gonna be stuff like that on here. The other one is anime, right? Maybe most of the people who watch these want nothing to do with anime, and that's fine. I mean, you're missing out, but that's fine. I haven't decided if I'm going to put things like anime reviews slash manga reviews on this channel or put them on another one. I'm leaning towards another. That way they can fall into the category of, I guess, just more sporadic releases. And that way, there is no tying them to any kind of release date we may arbitrarily set in the future for this particular channel. So yeah, that's kind of it. I don't see any need to stall this anymore. It's not really stalling, but you get my point. But yeah, that's it. If you have a idea for a movie, that you're like, hey, you want to maybe know my opinion or kind of 2 cents about it, drop it in the comments. Maybe I'll check it out. Maybe I've seen it, and I can just kind of go on to what I thought about it. Themes, I'm not a movie reviewer. Let's be blunt. I am a movie enjoyer, a movie watcher. So you don't come here for the professional reviews. You come here for the sarcastic ones. let's be honest, right? Yeah. I'm trying to think out, and I should have been more kind of structured in writing all this stuff down. But hey, Marvel and DC. I at some point plan to do a longer video. I don't have a schedule for that one, so cut me some slack. But a longer video with a Marvel versus DC argument. If you haven't guessed, which hand? Yeah, is this one? If you haven't guessed, I am a DC fan, more so Superman. There are reasons behind that besides he's the strongest, because I think that's a stupid argument to just solely base my argument on, but I have not enjoyed, well, most people have not enjoyed the DC movie universe. That's why it's being rebooted. That's why James Gunn's coming in. But I've got some thoughts on it, and I've got some thoughts I want to share. And I've especially got some thoughts on why Marvel originally succeeded. And then I've also got thoughts on why I don't feel they are anywhere near what they once were when they first launched the cinematic universe for Marvel. It's probably the same things you think, but hey, it's kind of fun hearing it come from somebody else once in a while. A little bit of a confirmation bias, right? So I think the first video you're going to see, and don't quote me, but the first video you're going to see after the scheduled releases is one pertaining to the Black Panther, specifically Black Panther 2, and their thoughts that I've shared with my family before, but there's just how I would have taken, or I would have viewed the movie more positively, just kind of not the movie as a whole. The movie as a whole was fine. I just feel like there were parts in it that could have been used better. But again, this is just me kind of messing around talking about my opinion. Ryan Coogler did an excellent job. Not even trying to be like, oh yeah, no, he could have did so much better like that. Maybe in my head, but those thoughts are going to stay in my head. Out loud, just things I would have liked to see and things I think would have made the moments in that movie more impactful. So that's that. That really is all I have this time. As I look down my list, I'm like, oh, no. That really is all I have this time. As far as output schedule after those, like I said, it's going to be inconsistent, but hopefully I'm hoping to get out one video a month at a minimum. That's the best schedule, or the most, the most thought out schedule I can give you right now. Because anything more than that, I think we'll fall back into, he released a couple videos and then we're back to this. Lastly, in case you don't know, what did she put her channel as? Jessi's World? Anyway, Lady J, partner in crime, she is actually doing a channel right now that has to do with improving her lifestyle, improving, eating, weight, and just overall health. So she's just started that. If you didn't know, now you know. I'll drop the link in the description, and then maybe you can go check it out. If you don't want to, that's fine. I get it. It's not for you. but I might be on there at some point, and she'd just appreciate the support. So thank you so much for joining me, and yeah, bye. You can actually go now. I'm done. I don't have anything anymore, I swear. Oh shit, arbitrary, you 10 minutes.